but they're quite expensive to replace. Lift the milk, up the arm. We don't do sheep. We could nearly go ice skating on that. Trailer's empty again. We're using about 14 bales of round bale silage a week. We need to go fetch a load. They're really munching through this silage at this time of year. We'll use Massey to go and fetch some round bales. It's a bit short power. It's only a little 100 horse tractor, but she does the job. It's not our favourite tractor. We prefer the Deutsch, but she does the job. Good morning. Welcome to today's video. Glad you could join us. What a beautiful day. Don't forget to smash that subscribe button, ring the little bell to be notified of new videos uploaded every week. Just having a quick count up. It looks to be about 45 to 50 bales left there, and then we'll be starting on the stack at home. We generally leave them up here. They're about 3 miles away from the farm. We'll leave them up here. Simple reason, it just saves carting them back here in the summer. And it's very convenient. There's a good track down here so we can get them out easily. We keep a few bees as well, just for a little bit of honey. And we've always got honey spare. You can always visit our website for that. Link in the description below. Big call for bees today. During autumn we allow our local farm to put a few sheep on the land. It's just to tidy some of the land up, some of the grass. So we generally let some of the land out to the local sheep farmer, and what he does, he puts a few sheep on, and they tend to graze it down, especially what the cows have left, and also what we haven't eaten through the autumn months. So they have a few sheep on, they're just nibbling tops off. Hopefully it tidies all the land up ready for us in the spring. If we hammer the grass too hard, we certainly get a low yielding silage. But we don't do sheep. No, we don't do sheep at all. Sheep seem to be an animal that look for disasters, and they always find a way to hurt themselves. But no, we don't do sheep. We'll let somebody else look after sheep, but we're happy to let local farm just graze a bit of grass off through the autumn months and just into January. These sheep have been on a little while. They've completely decimated this field. It's time they were off now. This is going to take a little while to recover. In fact, it's going to take a long time to recover. They ought to have been off here about a week ago, especially with it coming wet. The little feet have paddled it all up. It's nice and even, it's tidy, but it's also a little bit paddled up and boggy. So they might have just been in a bit too long. I think we've overdone this. Come on then. Come on. We built this youngstock shed. We had in mind to possibly put locking yokes all the way down for handling cattle. We changed his mind actually. Simple reason is when you've got a lot more stock in, they can't all feed at the same time. And what the locking yokes do, they reduce the spaces down. We have 10 on a normal barrier, but on a locking yoke race there's only 7. One problem with the locking yokes is what they do, they rub the head on this catch on the top, don't you? That's right, you do. Yes, you do. Just like that. No need to lick it. And what they do then, they push it over and they keep rubbing their heads, and before you know it, they actually lock themselves in and they can't get out. And they do that overnight, so we've got to keep an eye on them. You'd thought they'd have had a better design where you could have had a catch here. That'd have been down there, had a plate across and a little bolt through or something just to hold them down. But these bigger ones, they don't do it much on these big ones. We just keep an eye on them. It's the baby calves that do it the worst. So as you can see, what they've done here with this one, they've rubbed it and they've got it halfway up, and they've all gone and laid down quietly in the back. Some of these, as you can see, they catch and they get themselves stuck. I've got a simple cure for that. 2 plastic ties joined together. We'll wrap that around there. That'll stop them doing it. And the rubber head's on there now. They can't pull it up. It's a beautiful day. The sun is shining. It's freezing cold, and it's a perfect day to spread slurry. The ground is absolutely rock hard. We could nearly go ice skating on that. When the weather's just right, we take advantage of it. It's a beautiful day. It's been freezing overnight, the ground's nice and solid, so we're getting some slurry out. You just got to take these advantages when they come, because next week it might be snowing or raining. The good advantage of getting slurry out this time of year, there's plenty of time for it to get washed in. It'll soak into the ground, put all the nutrients into the grass ready for spring, and it'll help to keep a cover on, keep the grasses warm. Then once spring turns, it'll just start to grow like mad. Simon's done about 10 loads of slurry this morning. He's loaded the tank probably about 4 inches or 100 millimeters. It's not a lot, it's like a drop in the ocean really. Something a little bit frustrating about the Lely robot is the pipes drag on the floor and they wear the shoes out. I'm surprised Lely haven't come up with a solution for this, because it is really quite a simple fix really. Because the robot arm moves backwards and forwards, what it does, it rubs the shoes on the floor. These shoes are supposed to stop the pipes rubbing on the floor, so it wears the shoes and not the pipes, which is okay, a great solution. But what they don't consider is how much it wears the floor. You probably can't appreciate this on camera, but that's probably worn down and worn the concrete away probably about maybe 3 millimeters. It's quite a big dip there now. So what it does, it rubs away backwards and forwards, and it wears the shoes out. And they're quite expensive, they're only plastic, but they're quite expensive to replace, and they don't last long because the plastic on concrete just rubs them away. So we asked one of the engineers is why did Lely not take the pipes up and over the top, up the side, and loop them over and go in the top? Well, the answer to that was down to vacuum. It takes a lot more vacuum to lift the milk up the arm and across and down to the top. So that's why they don't do it that way, because obviously it needs more vacuum. Obviously it's too much vacuum on the cow then to lift the milk. I know milking parlours work slightly differently, but that's the reason they don't do it over the top. Somebody says, why don't you put a bungee cord on? I thought, well, a bungee cord doesn't last very long either. So if I'm going to do this, I don't do things by half, so I'm going to do a proper job of this. The pipes have got to move all the way across at full length, but when they come back they have to be scrunched up. Right, so to overcome this, to make a fix instead of a bungee cord, I decided to do as good a job as possible. And we had some scrap stainless steel 1/2 inch pipe with a bend, so I made that about 9 inch long, and then that probably there is about a foot long, about 12 inch long. Little bits of rubber pipe to make the distance up inside the tube where it fits. Just simply put an eye on the end. Length of stainless steel chain, a little bit expensive, but stainless steel, it's going to be tidy and it's not going to rust. Also a couple of hooks there, spring-loaded hooks. I think they call them Caribbean clips. The Jubilee clips are set on an angle, so what it does, it holds it flat, it stops it twisting, gives it a little bit of movement, it stops it twisting all the way around and banging into the actual robot arm itself. And that'll just sit there, but it's not tight or anything, just simply slots in there, holds it straight. At the other end, you just hook it on. Now it holds it off the floor nicely. There we go, simple little solution, just to keep the pipes off the floor. Stops it wearing, and I think if you change the shoes twice, it'll more than paid for your chain and your other bits to make that. So the bottom of cemented cell counter, it has two valves, one there, and when it takes its milk sample from the milk, what it does when it's draining, it dumps the waste milk or some of the waste milk onto the floor when it washes itself out on the valve. It's a bit of a nuisance because it becomes a really smelly mess in here. It drains it out to the bottom of the pipes and makes a right mess in here. I'm going to cure all this and tidy this up and put these into there. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to replace those 2 rubber pipes. I'm going to put them straight into the drain. Okay, it's much better. Rubber pipe on each one now, one from each side. It'll just drain straight into the drain now instead of making a mess.